Hi all, welcome back to the final whistle there for the match preview. Leicester City take on Huddersfield in the start of 2024 as the Foxes look to carry on their unbeaten run. They take on a Terriers side who are down near the bottom. A big game for Huddersfield, this one, as they look to take on the Foxes and, coming really frustrated us this week. Monday. I'm going to be joined by Cozzy and He Takes That Chance. I'm going to be joined by Brad Bobbs as well. As we get to know the opposition quite well. Guys, as always, get involved, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It helps out massively. Lots to get to discuss with the lads from Huddersfield. Let's have a look who's in the comments. Stats, how are you, my friend? Reenie B, how are you? Happy New Year and enjoy 2024. Let's hope Leicester to Vitro. Well, we hope we can win the bloody championship in 2024, but we will see. We'll see what happens. Let's get Cozzy in first. Cozzy, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year to you, pal. Talk to me about your love for Huddersfield first, mate. Where did it come about and your all-time favourite player?
Yeah, it came about from my dad. He's got a lot to answer for, mate. But, just local team, really. Just took me down to support my local team, kind of about 15 minutes away from where I live. And, it's been some brilliant players and that as well. But obviously a man with no air, mate, and an eye for a pass, myself in five-a-side. It's got to be Aaron Moy from our promotion Premier League season, like 26-17. But yeah, those were the days, mate. And it's a lot different now, mate, when we're watching Huddersfield. 5 wins. Yeah, it's a tough watch, mate. And God, anyone going tomorrow from Leicester persuasion, mate, I think you're gonna have some day, mate. I think it's gonna be awful watching for us, but yeah, it should be easy pickings for you, really.
Let's have a see if Brad's there. Brad, are you there, pal? I don't know what's happened there, Cozzy, mate. It looks like he's gone off somewhere. I'm sure he'll be back. Jackie doing a live stream for the transfer window. I will be at some point. Hello, Callum. Callum says hello to Cozzy.
Hi, mate.
Cozzy, mate, talk to me about Huddersfield Town. They're the opposition. Started off with Neil Warnock. You then replaced him with Darren Moore.
Yeah.
You sit 21st in the championship table. Quite a few people have been mixed thoughts with Huddersfield this season. Some would say you go down. Some say you'd scrape it. Some say come in and steady the ship, Darren Moore, and keep you up. What's your initial thoughts on Huddersfield this season, and what was your expectations for the Terriers?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the season has panned out pretty much, Jack, like since I thought it'd start. I mean, as transfer window were really poor with new ownership. So the owners came in very late. They kind of got vetoed by the EFL just, I think it was like 3 weeks before the season. So when we come in, the what we needed and what we've got is two totally different things. So you know what, mate? I was saying after Friday is bad. Again, we lost again, but it's like if you'd have offered me to be 4 points above the bottom 3 coming into the January window, I'd have probably taken it. But obviously we started off with Neil Warnock and amazing. Obviously finished last year. We won 6 out of our last 9 games. An incredible, one of the greatest escapes I've known. You know, as a Huddersfield fan, we were done for. We were doomed. And obviously we started off the season with one of our better performances against you, Jack. I get, though, that Maresca was just still finding his way there. And, you know, we played you at a good time. So I'll be honest with you, mate. And you scored late on. And, yeah, you had all the ball like you do have. And you know, with the threat, I think Vardy came on as sub, mate, and Didi and what have you. So your bench blew us away, really, in the end. And, probably much that's what cost us on Friday night, really, mate. The bench that we have to choose from is it's a bit of a joke, to be honest with him, mate. Not even I wouldn't say he's even a good League One bench. So that's where we're at. But obviously Warnock came in, and I don't like to say anything's guaranteed in football, but I think he'd have guaranteed safety. So everyone were kind of taking that view that, because we all thought he'd go, mate, in the summer. He stayed on, kind of given a 1-year contract, and then all of a sudden, we had a tough start, mate. We had Norwich when they were doing really well, and then we kind of hit a bit of a bumpy start, but then we won at West Brom, mate. Probably one of the best performances of the season. Not that there's many to pick from. And then we beat Rotherham, which doesn't say a lot because everyone beats Rotherham. Although having said that, they've won the last 2, haven't they? So can't lie there. Kind of Sunderland fans might disagree, and so but the Warnock thing shocked a lot of people, to be honest, mate, because it was announced. I mean, the club trotted out with a mutual consent and blah blah blah. But I think, if truth be told, mate, Warnock wanted control of our transfer kind of scenario. The new director of football, a guy from Stoke that we had, who depends how you look at it. A lot of people say, oversaw the Stoke relegation, and they've gone on a bit of a downward spiral since. A guy called Mark Cartwright. So I don't think they saw eye to eye, mate. And it's like with Warnock, mate. He doesn't stay for long at these clubs, and off he went. So that the fan base, you've got to remember, Huddersfield fans obviously love Neil Warnock for 2 spells that he's had. So it went down like a lead balloon, did that. And then Darren Moore comes in with the best will in the world, mate. Not the most exciting man on planet Earth, with his pre-match press conferences and stuff. As dull as you'll get, mate. And we've had some dull managers in the past. We had Mark Fotheringham a year ago, mate. But I suppose he was a bit of a character. But never really got the fans on side. The football's been turgid, Jack. We're talking 30% possession, although you could argue Warnock's possession stats weren't much better. But the thing was, for me, until the last 2 games, we were getting hardly anyone forward. So it was desperate stuff. We're going to places to try and not lose. And, we played Norwich. It feels like a bit ago, but this was just before Christmas, and we lost 2-0, mate. It was bad as I've known. And to be honest, the More Out campaign was kind of in full swing. But then, mate, again, I can't emphasise how bad Blackburn were, but we played them, Boxing Day, we beat them 3-0. There were people getting carted out of the ground, mate, with heart attacks and, dying of shock, mate, because we scored 3 goals in an home match and we were winning 3-0. So I don't think anyone could believe what they were seeing, but they were horrendous, mate, as you've seen. They lost again the game after. And then Friday night, mate, was a bit of a strange one because we played as well as I think we have under Darren Moore. People going forward, but the bench, mate, cost us the match. We ran out of steam 20, 30 minutes from the end. The guy who were knackered, we wanted to sub off, but we had no one to bring on, so we give away a penalty. The young keeper that we've got saved it. But to put the violin away, mate, it's as good as we've done. And when Huddersfield fans are moaning that we've lost, because we've lost a lot, then they were praising performances and clapped off. That shows you where we're at. But, mate, tomorrow, I just think you can forget it from another. I hate to just be negative, mate, but I can see nothing but an absolute pumping tomorrow from Leicester City. I don't see anything different, mate. I remember coming there a few years ago on a New Year's Day, mate. No, I don't think we bring that many. I think we lost about 5-0. Vardy got a few. I think we had a guy who scored an own goal. I remember coming, I heard that Kasabian song about 5 times. I was sick of hearing that. I'm on fire every 5 minutes. Was it that air on. I'm on fire. I was sick of seeing it, mate. And I think tomorrow you're going to hear that a good 4 times, mate. I'd take a 3 or 4-0 defeat, would it? To me, and it sounds bad, Jack, but we've got Plymouth at home, mate. We've got Man City away, so it gets nice and easy after Leicester, mate, in the Cup. So we've got 2 easy games, you away and Man City away. And then after that, mate, we've got probably our biggest game of the season, Plymouth at home. We've got like QPR away, Sheffield Wednesday. You know what I'm trying to say? In our league, the dead men, these are massive games. I think tomorrow, mate, 3-8, write it off, call it what you like. But honestly, mate, if I can walk out of there with a 3-0 defeat, I'd take it, mate, because when I'm watching you every other time, I just saw the game at Ipswich, and mate, it scares me what could happen tomorrow. So we've got a lot of injury worries. We've got a poor squad. As January window, we're not getting obviously anyone in a few hours, but yeah, mate, I've written it off, mate. I don't know what Brad thinks, but it's I hate to be so negative, but honestly, it'd be one of the biggest miracles of all time if we got anywhere near tomorrow.
Yeah, Brad, talk to me about Huddersfield. Obviously, Cosy talked about it with a 6-1 defeat.
That was it.
Which was on the Boxing Day. I think it was Chris Wood's debut, that one. Talk to me about Darren Moore. I mean, what's your thoughts on Darren Moore? Expectations? What was they for Huddersfield at the start of the season? You obviously had Neil Warnock, didn't you, who's come in, steadied the ship. I mean, last season you struggled then. Neil Warnock kept you up. How has things changed under Darren Moore? Is it better? Is it worse? Or are you in the middle of it all?
Drastically worse. Drastically worse. I think where me and Cosy stand, obviously me and Cosy hadn't actually spoke about this, to be fair, but where I think everyone is very, very close in where they stand in this fan base now, in that this board has said to us that we employ Darren Moore for long-term stability, but is this long-term stability in League One or the Championship? Because we're floating around there and we do every year. So it's one of them. Warnock's been kind of edged out because they want someone who can stay for a while. But Warnock had the ability to keep that team in the league. We can't be so sure that Moore can, because this league gets better every single year. There's teams like Birmingham in this league, right, that are never ever going to get relegated because they're just joined to the league by the hip. There's teams like that, they'll never go down, right? And there's a couple that are floating down there, and we're one of them. Take what Cosy said about Blackburn, for example. I can't remember the last time we beat a team, right, that was actually themselves. That Blackburn team we beat, in my mind, because they were having such an off day that we could have so many chances. We play like how we did against Blackburn, against Leeds, or Leicester. It's not, do you know what I mean? It's 9 times out of 10, we don't get that lucky with the chances. The same applies for when we beat Sunderland. We beat them because they're in horrible form. It's such a negative way of looking at it, but from a Town fan's perspective, when we win a game, my next initial thought is, right, when's the next game where this is going to go wrong? Because we're that accustomed to not going on runs or anything. Like, take the past 12 years, for example. Me and Cosy have seen what? One promotion, another promotion push where we should have got up, but some guy in the VAR room didn't have his glasses on. And then we've got one hard-fought relegation battle. The rest, I count 9 other relegation battles where there's been no kind of ambition from the club, no nothing. We just roll over and hope for the best. And only luckily, there's been maybe twice where we've actually fought for it. It's dull, and you kind of worry that this might be the time where we finally ask too much.
I think the thing is, though, Jack, to play devil's advocate, mate, the squad's a joke. And I honestly, and this is where a lot of Town fans will disagree, mate, I don't think it'd be much better under Neil Warnock. Someone texted me, they says, when Warnock left us, we were 12th. That's just total bollocks, mate. We were 17th and we were crap, mate. We were poor. And so it's purely the squad, man. I mean, what would it mean at the start of the season with this new, EFL bench and that as well, where you obviously still with 5 subs, and mate, you've got guys on ours who were like a B team player like 6 months ago, and there's no one could change the game. So Moore's getting it from the fans. Oh, you should bring this on that. There was someone texting me, says, why didn't he change it? I'll tell you why I didn't change it, mate, because there's people like me and Brad who could have done probably a better job than someone on our bench. Maybe exaggerated, but it's like, we know what we need to do in the window. The biggest positive for us, mate, is incredibly, we are 5 points, 4 points, I think now, above that dotted line. It's quite a miracle, really, mate, because other teams are worse than us, but it can't continue. The director of football has to get it right, mate, in January. We've heard no real rumours of who's going to bring in, but, mate, if you don't get it right, I think we're doomed. And honestly, Darren Moore, the football, the man himself, he's not the most exciting, mate, but honestly, the team that will probably go out tomorrow, because he's not going to risk anyone. Like, there's a few, with injuries and what have you on that as well. It's going to be such a weak team, mate, really. And it's the haves and the have-nots, mate. But we're in different hemispheres, aren't we? You've just come down from Premier League armed with big cash in the top squad, and we've paying for years of underinvestment, to be honest, mate. And I'm afraid, honestly, if you'll see all that tomorrow played out in front of you. So I think Maud will revert back to type, mate, tomorrow and just try and maybe get away with a 2-0 defeat. But it's going to be a long day, I think.
Jack, I think this is the time, right, where I don't know what your highest win at the King Power is this season, but this is going to be it. Because we will have... Oh, absolutely, mate. We will have.
Everyone seems to have said that about Leicester this season. High defeats and this, that, and the other, and it never seems to happen.
We're in a predicament now where we've got 2 games that we physically. I looked at the odds yesterday, right? If you were to back Town to beat Leicester and Man City, you're looking at like off a pound, you're looking at about 800 quid. Like that's like something daft like that. I think both teams to score were like even worse, but we are absolutely dire, mate. Like a lot of people like won't get it because they're like everyone thinks the worst about their team, but like it's like I explained it in my last video. As soon as that goal went in on Friday, I had to walk out because I was that raging that the young lads pulled us out of the ground, saved us, and we've lost to such a common, basic, stupid mistake in leaving your man unmarked on the edge of the box. It is the golden rule from a corner. Don't leave your man on the edge because he hits that ball, it can go anywhere.
Yeah. The thing is, though, mate, we had guys who were knackered, and that was the difference. We had 3 or 4 subs we needed to make, but we haven't got anyone. That's the only reason we lost on Friday. When we equalised, mate, I thought we were going to win, and then they just went out of the tank. Someone like Ben Wiles, who had a great game until then, made a lazy tackle, but he's knackered, mate, and there's no one to bring on. And the trouble is, another quick turnaround for tomorrow's game and that as well. And like Maresca's just his problem is who to leave out. There'll be people unhappy on your bench who. Half of your bench, probably more than that, will get in our starting lineup. But God, it sounds a bit negative from us, but honestly, it's been a real tough season, and the January window's huge for us. And tomorrow's too soon. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Leicester, boys, this season?
Oh, mate, football's an entertainment business, and you want to be entertained to watch your football, don't you, and that as well. So it's not the fact we're going to be up there, but it's how you're doing it, mate. It's just like exciting to watch. Part of football. That Ipswich Leicester game was sensational, mate, the other night, and they were a bit of a turn at the end on it with a deflected goal, but it's just like just amazing. And what's been interesting, because obviously I don't know where you work, Brad, but I work in Leeds. I'm in there now, and when they beat Ipswich last week, mate, that were it. I think they thought they were up, and obviously they've had the pants pulled down the last 2 games, and the difference is, it's like I think they thought they were going to go toe-to-toe with you guys, but even as good as Leeds squad is, and I dread to tell you how we did against Leeds, mate, we were 4-0 down after 38 minutes. We could have lost by 10. Luckily, they eased off. Hopefully, what happened tomorrow, hopefully you'll ease off. But I think you compare, honestly, mate, for you, but I'm looking today, are you 17 points ahead of them now, or is it 30? I've put you too many in front of them, but
we're on 7.
Mate, they're good. Ahead. They're very, very good to watch, exciting, probably a bit weak on the road, maybe, and you're, honestly, we thought it last year, didn't we? Vincent Kompany's Burnley were the best championship team I've seen. I remember the fact Norwich won before that were up there, but, mate, you've got to be wondering, obviously, you should be all right from obviously cruise up from here, but what someone's saying, you're on cost 117 points. Not like it'll always work out like that, but we're talking probably the best championship team we've ever seen. And sorry to make your heads go bigger, guys, but that's how I'm seeing it, mate. But mate, you shouldn't have never have gone down, really, should you? With that squad,
we deserve to. You can never say in football you're too good to go down, and this, that, and the other. I know people say it a lot, and it is the thing, but Leicester did deserve to go down last season. I think it was about getting a massive reset in the squad, in the club, and we have. Maresca's came in, done a fantastic job. 20 wins out of 25 in his first 25 games. It's you just snap someone's
20
hand
wins
off at the start of the season.
3 seasons for that.
I looked at a stat earlier, and this calendar year, the most points in the championship with the most points from January 2023 until now, we're 8th with 62.
And the one that you lost to Hull was just like total random.
I couldn't believe it. It just won't go in. It's one of them games, isn't it, where you have all the chances and you just don't want to go in sometimes. And we did the same with Middlesbrough. We had chances and just won't go in. But you get them games in it, but
any danger of any complacency or what? Or do you think no chance?
Is that what?
Not, I mean, not tomorrow, but I meant for rest of the season. You know.
I thought about tomorrow. No, we can't let up. We can't be too complacent against any team in this league. This league's tough. It is. Teams come and give it a go. I know people like Rotherham.
Teams like Rotherham
didn't really come and give it a go against Leicester. To be fair, but yeah, this
we
league,
won't, mate. We won't.
It's always gonna be one of them, innit, where you don't know what you're gonna get on the day. Leicester, everyone expects us to walk the league. I know 20 wins out of 25 is a good start for us so far this season, but yeah, this league is, and it's unpredictable, isn't it? I like the whole going to different grounds and all that, but the officiating in this league is abysmal. I mean, we moan about VAR, don't you, Cozzy, with the Premier League and that. You look at the EFL officiating at times and you think to yourself, how the hell is that a decision, or why hasn't he gave that? And, you look at the Ipswich game with Leicester, the penalty, and then QPR's penalty, what they should have had. Someone ain't paid the electric bill. Fantastic.
Darren Moore were coming in, mate, changing tactics, wasn't it? Bloody hell, whatever.
The Undertaker's appeared.
No, I know what you're saying, but you know what, mate? Isn't it refreshing, though, when that Kasabian noise plays tomorrow, mate, as it will do 4 or 5 times, and you're on fire and you slide on mate, you're celebrating the goal, because it ain't going to be ruled out with VAR. You're not going to go to that stupid screen. So I know what you're saying, mate, about VAR, but next year, mate, when you're there waiting for ages and then scoreboard on your big screen, it'll say VAR, and you won't have a clue what's going on, so you're looking at a legal stream to see what's going on. That's bollocks, mate. This is proper football, and we like it like that. So I know what you're saying, but I'd rather have that than shite that we see in Premier League, mate.
One thing, we ain't got goal music anymore, so you ain't got to worry about that.
Wow.
We've got no.
You still have that trumpet guy when he come on.
Yeah. We've still got the trumpet blow, but we ain't got the goal music or anything now.
We used to have Kasabian fire, but due to obviously our chairman dying in the helicopter crash.
Oh, is that why it changed? Sorry, right?
Yeah, they took it off completely.
We used to have that. We used to have that.
Yeah, you've still got your clappers, though, haven't you? We got slaughtered for them in Premier League.
But another thing that baffled me,
I don't like them myself.
I hate them, man.
What you just said then, you said about getting a legal stream up. Since when could you get internet signal in a football stadium?
Oh, mate, yeah.
I mean,
I want a Friday night. I want a ticket.
To be honest, though, this is the third time we've played Huddersfield on New Year's Day, and we did it in 2013 when we won 6. I think it was 6-1.
6-1, mate.
Knockout. I mean, I always remember Knockout's beautiful goals against Huddersfield at the Gal Farm, or now John Smith's.
Yeah.
And I would say 2014.
Chris Wood's debut, Ross, 2013. Remember?
Technically, he was a lone player for one day.
No, still his debut, mate.
They were one in the Prem,
for one day, and I love going to Huddersfield because every time I've gone, we've won. Every time. But no, it'll be a good
mate,
game,
we've had some shockers from you. Knockout were crap. He was injured. Andy King, mate. Les said, I know City legend, but Huddersfield donkey, mate. We don't remember him.
We'll go on to that. We'll go on to all these players later on.
Fair, I've still got bad memories of when I came to King Power. It was New Year's Day in the Prem, and that was I believe it was the New Year's Day, because we lost 3-0 because the goals were Mahrez, Slimane, and Albrighton.
Wow.
Look at them players, though. Another level that.
I heard that fire anthem 3 times that day. by the third, I was ready to. I'm sure it was New Year's Day, because I think it was the first video I ever put on this channel, to be fair.
I've got all
Brad, you're right, but the best thing about Leicester away, the best lager, and I'm not normally a fan of lager in football grounds because it tastes like urine, but that Singer lager, mate, is easily a reason for going tomorrow, because honestly, it's quite spicy, mate. You are? Oh, mate, it'd be terrible. It'd be. I don't think there'll be 500, mate. Listen to this. So, like, I went to Swansea.
Bloody hell!
I went to Swansea the other week, mate. We took Swansea, we took 118 fans. How bad's that? But Man City, mate, we're taking.
To go anymore. There's no reason. There's nothing that drags you to it anymore. It's like I said in the video I put on Friday. I've completely lost the love for Town now. It's just.
There's the question answered, Terry.
I asked it. I've just asked.
If it's 500, Terence, you'll be lucky, mate.
It's just a complete repeat of going through the motion to go to the games and seeing the same stuff every week. That's why no one goes away anymore, because the cost goes up. Yeah. It'll be like 60 quid before you've even got there. If you want a drink, then you're talking 70, 80, because you're going to have more than one. No one just has one. And then, like, you know, you're paying. This is the way I phrased it. I was on about it to my mum, actually, because my mum's kind of looking at it now and thinking, what is going on with us? Why are we not changing stuff around the place? And I said, do you know what it is, right? We all work hard in the week in whatever area we work in, whatever field, right? This is supposed to be our release, and we actually leave the house feeling better and get back feeling 10 times worse.
Yep.
That's right, Jack. But when you watch Man City v Huddersfield, amazingly, there'll be 6,300 Huddersfield just appeared from nowhere on next Sunday. So just remember that tomorrow when you're looking in that end, there's like 300 or 400, and all of a sudden 6,300 are there. So work that out, mate.
What credit to Huddersfield that this season, because obviously I actually live in Rotherham, well, Sheffield kind of thing. So to Huddersfield, to me, is a local game. So Meadowhall, straight to Huddersfield on train, and obviously Rotherham and that. And this season, they only charge us 25 quid, fair play, because we were expecting, 35, 40 quid, what with us coming down from the Premier League. So when it said 25, I thought, buzzing.
See, that's had a lot. Yeah, 35, honestly, mate, that's poor from you guys. But if it were 20, you'd get a couple more, 100 more, maybe.
That's
but
why no one's going to go as well.
Charged, yeah. I'm charging you tomorrow.
35.
Shall we get on to the game? Shall we get on to this game, then?
We'll tell you why we're going to beat you.
Leicester Huddersfield. We'll do score predictions and that later on. You can give me your team selection and that. Ross, we'll start with you with Leicester. Just come off a 2-0 win away at Cardiff. Top of the league by 8 points now. The Foxes. It's the Foxes' league to lose now, I think, in my opinion. How do Leicester prepare for this game against the Huddersfield side, who are down near the bottom, with obviously looking over their shoulder of the relegation zone? How do Leicester prepare against Huddersfield? Obviously, we've played Rotherham in that, haven't we, this season, where, they've tried and made it difficult for us. Are you expecting that sort of game tomorrow from Huddersfield to make it frustrate Leicester for large parts of the game?
Absolutely, final whistle, Jack. I think every team that plays Leicester, they're all expecting us to pace them, and it doesn't. Yeah. I mean, the odd season, yes, but Blackburn and Southampton we battered, and they're near the top. But any team, doesn't matter who we played, everyone makes it difficult. I mean, as the phrase as from our last match day predictions from
What's happened there? I've just seen bloody balloons come out of nowhere.
I don't know where the balloons have come from.
You celebrated something, Ross?
I don't know.
Let's see. I've just seen balloons go up in the air. I thought I ain't done that.
I've no idea what has happened, but as Terry are all teams like Rotherham and stuff like that, and they make it difficult for us. And for 60 minutes, they defended really well. Yes, they parked the bus, but we did that last year against Newcastle, and we got a 0-0 out of it. So we can't moan at people parking the bus. If that's how you win football matches.
Leicester can't be complacent, can they, Ross?
No, absolutely not.
These are the games we have to go out to win, obviously.
Absolutely.
Southampton are on an unbeaten run at the minute. Ipswich are a bit mixed bag in regarding some of their results at the minute. Brad, talk to me about Huddersfield. How do Huddersfield go and take on Leicester tomorrow? I mean, what sort of game are you actually thinking of watching as a Town fan?
Well,
you think they'll come out and give it a go?
No, absolutely not. It's like watching the same Netflix special every time and hoping. It's like watching Black Mirror and hoping that there's a good ending, basically, with Town. So this is what's going to happen. Me and Cosy, me and anyone in the fan base will be thinking, do you know what? To me, it's a free hit. Go and attack them. go and attack them because we've nothing to lose, but we won't. We'll just put every man behind the ball in a 5 at the back, sit there and try and make it the most boringest, pointless game ever. And then we'll just pick up a couple of yellows, concede about 5 goals. Someone will get injured, and in a heap of tears for Plymouth at home.
Cozzy?
It's all about you guys. I went on radio after Middlesbrough, mate, and people said we'd beaten Ipswich. Sorry, Ipswich. We didn't beat them, but we'd beaten Blackburn. And said, "Oh, what do you think for Middlesbrough? You know, you must be on high and all that." And I said, "Mate, it's just about the opposition, really. If Middlesbrough turn up, we'll lose." And actually, we played quite well, but the bench cost us last 20 minutes, and they ended up winning. And they missed a penalty. Mate, that's another thing. Yeah. As bad as that, they missed an open net, missed a penalty, and still bet us. But yeah, it all depends on. You know what, mate? I'm hoping for a similar kind of thing to the Leeds game, that you put your cue in your rack at half time or when you've got 2 or 3 up, because I can't see anything but at least 2-0 at half time, maybe 3. But the trouble is, Maresca's guys go for the throat though, and that's what worries me. I'm just hoping with the games, the Christmas games. Who have you got in the cup? Who are you playing cup?
Millwall away.
Yeah, it won't be right. We might just keep everyone on.
Changes for that one.
Yeah, so it'll be foot to the floor job, which does worry me. But you know what, mate? It's just almost just get through it for us. It's like a trip to the dentist, mate. We know what we're coming to pay tomorrow. 35 quid for a root canal, and it's poor. We just haven't got the weapons, mate, for you. It's like it's like going to a war with a water pistol. We ain't got anyone who can hurt you. We might bundle a free kick in or something, mate. You what today? No, I was, but I'm working now, which at the time I was mad because they've changed my shift, but I think they might have done me a favour, to be honest. Hey, Ross has gone. Where's his balloons gone?
Ross's lights have gone out this time.
He's going to blow his balloons up.
No, it's because someone rang me, that's why.
All right. Let's have a look at the stats. Here they are. Darren Moore, Maresca. First versus 21st, played 25. 20 wins to Huddersfield's 5, 2 to.
Yeah, but what about them jaws? Hey, where's your jaws, lad?
We don't really. The thing is with Leicester, we always ask the question this season. We never drew at some point in the season, and we thought to ourselves, there's going to be a draw coming at some point, aren't there? But then we ended up doing it. Let's have a look at the championship stats.
You shouldn't have been though, should it? Ipswich, you should have hung on there, mate. Well, fluke goal that, wasn't it? But
we should have hung on against.
Played 5, won 5 in a championship head-to-head. Obviously, that counts. Going to your stadium as well. Let's have a look at the last 5 results. Here it is at the KP.
No, turn it off. Yeah, please. Jesus. Yeah, I like that though. 1-1-2.
Cozzy, obviously, you talked about some of these games in the early opposition thing.
That 4-2, mate. I remember that one because, the 4-2 one were weird, mate, because I don't think I'm imagining this, and I don't had a drink, but your stadium moves, mate. Your stadium moves when you score. Yeah, we had Keegan Parker and a few of us, mate. I remember that game because we got it back to 3-2 or 2-2 or something, and it looked like we were going to do you, but obviously, I think.
Do you know what though? That season at the Gal Farm, I don't care. It's called the Gal Farm to me.
What was his name? Dyer, Lloyd Dyer, was it, mate?
Lloyd Dyer.
Yeah,
that really weird lob. I mean, it's one of the best lobs I've ever seen because the fact is, it was just literally like that.
Yeah.
And then literally like that, not like
Ross, what's your most memorable game? Leicester v Huddersfield at the KP.
Oh, the
Which
KP.
one stands out? Which one stands out for you?
I would say the 6-1-1 because knockout.
You're bound to say that, aren't you, Ross? Come on.
I think that one, and I would say that one because the 3-0 one because obviously Samania we were trying to egg him on to get some goals and. He finally got a goal. So I know it was about time he got a goal.
Terry's on about when the camera went off. Ross
Are you two going tomorrow?
No.
No, I wore then work, changed my shift. So I was fuming. I was like kicking off about it. And then I thought, you know what, mate, I think it could be a good shift change that. So, but I will be watching it. But
let's have a look. Let's have a look at last time these two.
Yeah, we beat you in one game though, mate. Yeah, we beat you in one game. I noticed you've missed that off your caption, haven't we? Do you remember the FA Cup game, mate?
Yeah, Sean Scannell.
Sean Scannell, mate.
We're talking about the Championship. It's not an FA Cup preview.
Technically,
yeah, come on.
Technically, the matches that you put up were League One and Premier League as well.
No, League One, Championship, and League games.
His record's abysmal against you, innit? Home and away, it's so bad.
Yeah. So last time was 2-1. Jamie Vardy on the score sheet for the Foxes. A James Vaughan red card. Gerrard, I think Gerrard scored the own goal for you.
Own goal, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, so Cosy were there for that game.
Dismal, mate. Hungover and all after New Year's Eve. I remember that badly, mate. But yeah, just honestly, our record against you home and away is absolutely atrocious. That's why I brought that FA Cup game in, but shut down by you lads, wasn't it? You don't want
to. There's only two times I've not been to when we played Huddersfield at the Gal Farm. I've not been, and it's funny because we've not won when I've not gone. That 1-1 in 2017.
Oh, yeah, in Premier League, yeah. You equalised later on, didn't you? Yeah,
Vardy penalty. I didn't go to that because I was on the way back from holiday.
Yeah.
And then the FA Cup match, I was in a pantomime, so I couldn't go. We drew 1-1 again. So basically, whenever I go to Huddersfield away, they win.
Yeah. Yeah, Vardy was celebrating in front of away fans. Who'd have thought that? Good to see he's matured, hasn't he, since them days, mate? He'd never do that now, would he? Is he playing tomorrow? Is he on bench or fit or what? Injured. Where is it?
I think he's still injured.
Right. Mate, he could still do better for us, Brad. Couldn't he, even injured up front?
Walk into the team with one leg.
You could have Danny Ward if you want.
You could have Danny Ward back.
Mate, he's injured again. Mate, it could be an injury off. Yeah, so it's shocking.
Let's go to foot in both camps. We like to do this. We have changed it up this time, haven't we, Ross? If you keep think about any of the players that have played for both sides. Damien Delaney, Cosy.
Mate, he was like the QE2 for us. It turned quicker at QE2. Slow, rubbish, mate. He was poor for us. But I think he was just a loanee for us, wasn't he? Shoot me down, Brad, if I'm wrong. Yeah. We were average, mate. That's being polite.
Yeah.
But you're a good player, innit?
Frank Sinclair.
I
remember that own goal against Middlesbrough, Ross.
Mate, my mate used to call him Wanky Frankie, mate, and that sums up his Huddersfield career. I hope it's family show, innit? Sorry, guys.
You should have drink water.
The trouble is, we were getting these guys at the end of their careers, mate, and that as well. So it's just like, that's knockout, mate. When they were done, we just get these guys, Andy King, when they were done. Just send them on.
Absolutely loved it. Honestly, they are still the best 3 goals I've ever seen at a football stadium. 2 of them were at Huddersfield, and I would say Mozzie's red kick.
Mate, I was so excited when he signed. I don't know what Brad was, but honestly, mate, because we were desperate. And he was in gym, mate. Club videos of him in gym with his top off, looking the business, and oops. Yeah.
Jermaine Beckford for you, lot.
Oh,
yeah.
Awful. Honestly.
Mate, there's not many people who play for Leeds and Huddersfield, who've signed from Leeds, who'll be loved at Huddersfield, but he will be, mate. He's kept us up that season.
Well,
because we loaned him out to you, that's why. It was shocking for Leicester.
Yeah,
honestly, it made Akin Bayo look like Ronaldo.
What did you pay? What did you pay for him? You paid a lot. Didn't you pay a bit of money for him and all?
£4 million.
Bloody hell, I thought it were more than that. 4, right?
Yeah, okay. Signed him on deadline day from Everton. All right.
Wow. Yeah, did it for you guys?
It was all right in the FA Cup.
In FA Cup,
FA Cup. When it comes to league games, it's like I don't know where's he gone. So Andy King, club legend at Leicester, obviously went on loan to Huddersfield. I think he made about 20 odd appearances for you lot. Brad, what was your thoughts on Andy King?
Take him or leave him. Just there to kind of a rotation player for us, really.
Yeah. Next one, Danny Cadamartri. Ross. Do you remember
I saw him score 1 goal. He scored 1 goal for Leicester in the FA Cup against Fulham. The only reason I remember that is I went with my dad and my sister's boyfriend at the time, and it was the 90th minute, and he just scored, and it was a good goal.
Cadamartri's son's now obviously Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, doing well. Good player, mate.
Doing a bit. What was your thoughts on Danny Cadamartri, Cosy?
Good, mate. He got my mate arrested at Bournemouth, so he scored a last-minute winner. He scored a last-minute winner at Bournemouth for my mate who were big at the time. He's like goes to like CrossFit gym now. You won't believe it. He's like half the man he used to be. He ran off pitch, mate. He ran off it. Steward slipped and like did a proper dive, so he would in agony. And he tried to get out of ground, but he got arrested. They let him out before midnight, mate. Mate, no, serious. He did a good job, mate, for us. He was an impact player off the bench. He were again like a classic Town loanee at the end of his career, what have you. But mate, yeah, he fondly remembered here, mate. To be honest with you,
man. I just played the character man.
Next one, GTF.
Oh,
Gary Taylor-Fletcher. I'll tell you what. We'll go with Huddersfield first with Gary Taylor-Fletcher. Talk to me about him, Brad and Cozzy.
Just to let,
mate,
just to
what
let
a guy!
Leagues, isn't there? Everyone knows who he is. Yeah. Everyone remembers the name. He just got it done for teams, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I remember the goal against Bolton, Ross. Do you remember in the one against Huddersfield?
You know what's funny? He actually scored against Huddersfield the last
game of the season.
Before this season, our last ever Championship away match was against Huddersfield.
Gary Taylor-Fletcher scored.
Gary Taylor-Fletcher and Wes Morgan, because your fans ran up pitch. Ours just walked on, and everyone was expecting like a punch up, but everyone was just making hands. Coppers were like, stay back. And we're just having a conversation here because your fans said, hope you do well in Prem. We were like, hope you do well in Championship and all that. So it was about mutual respect.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go back to work. I'll leave you with Brad. I love you, mate.
All right, Connor, take care.
Over the Town. See you, pal.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to say, I thought, Jack, don't leave it.
Again, Ross, I don't know what I'm supposed to bloody do with this. I'll tell you what, I'll put you in the middle, Ross. You're from Yorkshire. You can go in the middle of this. We'll make sure there's no scuffling on this channel. Brad, we'll go with the team selection, mate. How do Huddersfield line up for this one, formation-wise, and starting 11?
I reckon what we'll go with... We'll go with Chapman in goal because we physically don't have any other keeper fit now. So that's our third keeper, the young lad. Throwing in at the deep end, but he's proven himself. We'll be going Jaheim Headley on the left wing back with Yuta Nakayama, Mikael Helik, and probably Tom Lees as the back three.
He's been around a bit, hasn't he, Ross?
Who was that?
Tom Lees. He's been used to play for Sheffield Wednesday.
Wednesday, if I remember correctly.
Leeds.
You play for Rotherham and all, Ross?
I think so. Well, in a second, I'm going to drop out for a minute because I need to find my phone charger because it's going to die.
Right, so a bit, Ross.
But if I don't come back, my score prediction, I think I put 3-0 Leicester if I don't come back. But nice to meet you, Brad, if I don't come back.
Nice to meet you. Take care.
To Ross.
And then right wing back, we'll be going probably with Kasumu again, predominantly midfielder, but given to injuries and the fact we don't have a right back, he's had to slot there last game. And then that means a midfield three of Redone, Wiles, and Hogg if he's back fit. We don't know the damage that was caused on Friday when he went off early. Hopefully it's nothing big. Otherwise, we'll have to bring probably a player in from the youth academy because everyone else is injured. And then up top, we're likely to go with Sorba and Bergzorg if he's fit. If not Bergzorg, would probably go with Josh Karoma. To be honest, I think Karoma had a poor game on Friday. I'd like to see Brahima Diarra start. Not been in the greatest form either, but he's young, he's quick, and if we want to have any chance of getting anything, I'd say have a very, very quick player that can dribble and create something out of nothing. That'd be my go-to, really.
Leicester, I'll tell you what, I think you might make a few changes from the Cardiff game. I think we'll go Hermanson in goal, Connor Cody, Wout Fast, Yannick Vestergaard. Ricardo will come back in. Harry Winks, Dewsbury Hall and Dede, Fatawu and Mavadide. So he starts up front. I think I'll tell you what, I'd give Tom Cannon a run out in this game. But I think he might go with Patson Daka, but I'm not sure. Next one is the score prediction, Brad, mate. Head and heart. I mean, what are we going?
4 than Leicester.
Okay, fair enough. Simple as that.
With that team just read out to me, I can see Dewsbury Hall runs through people like they're not even there. He'll get one straight away. Daka, too fast for our defenders to keep a hold of. That's another one there. Fatawu and Mavididi have been in incredible form. The way those two linked up at Birmingham away, when I was watching, I thought, I'd say we've got these in about 3 weeks' time. I can see a repeat of this already. By the way, Aidan watches all my videos like all the time. He's always on my channel, and I'd probably be on the same page as him, if not for the fact that you're probably out of respect not go for 7. But yeah.
Scott says, disagree, Jack. I think Chowdhury starts his time. It could go either way, Scott, to be fair, mate. I know Ricky P didn't feature against Cardiff, so I was just thinking to maybe bring him back in. But then, I don't know. Enzo's the manager, innit? So it depends. I mean, this is it. I mean, Justin might start. I was just thinking with Connor Cody starting against Ipswich in like the 3-game thing that we had before, maybe he brings Connor Cody back in, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to go 3-0 Leicester. I think we have enough quality in this team to see off Huddersfield. These are games we have to win. I mean, this is a tough game. I know Huddersfield write themselves off with the form this season and all that. I mean, Rotherham fans did the same, and so did many clubs. But this one is one of them where Huddersfield will frustrate Leicester. It's about Leicester getting round that Huddersfield block in it of having to, with Huddersfield sitting there and sitting back, and that's about how Leicester deal with that. I mean, Rotherham did it in the first half. They sat 11 players behind the ball, and second half we started to think, okay, then we're going to up the tempo here and get going. I think that'll be one of them sorts of games. It's about being clinical in front of goal. Huddersfield, I do feel they'll kind of give it a go against the Foxes, but I just think we'll have enough to get the job done tomorrow. Brad, plug your channel, mate. Let everybody know where they can find you, pal.
Yeah, so just Brad Barbs, just vlog the games as and when I'm there, and a couple of other videos if there's any spare time. But yeah, we'll just see how the game goes tomorrow. I might do a match review if I get a chance to watch some highlights throughout, but see how it goes. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Brad, mate. And all the best for the rest of the season after tomorrow, pal.
Absolutely, I agree. Same to you, but I don't think you'll need it as much as we will.
And have a good 2024, pal.
Yep, Happy New Year.
Cheers, mate. That was Brad Barbs. Thanks to Cozzy for coming on as well and he takes that chance. Thanks to Ross as well for joining me for this. Really appreciate it. What's the last game for the AFCON? I think it's this one potentially. Or I think it's I don't know. It might be the Millwall game. I'm not sure. But I know Suter, I believe, won't be featuring. I believe I read that somewhere on Twitter. But no, thank you, everybody who's watched. Really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate everyone coming in. I really hope everyone's enjoyed the match preview. The last one of 2023 then in the match preview. Guys, Happy New Year. Have a safe and happy 2024. Thank you to all the supporters and that this year who come and watch the channel and get involved in that. And really hope you guys have enjoyed our content over 2023. But no, thank you. Really appreciate it. And let's get on to 2024 then. Keep it here at the final whistle. And bye-bye for now. Come on, the Foxes. Hi all. Thank you for watching the final whistle. If you enjoy all our content, please remember to smash a like, share, and subscribe to the channel.